While we're waiting to get started, I just want to announce that if you're here to speak on a public hearing, such as on a zoning request, you do not need to fill out a request to speak. If you're here to speak on an agenda item, we would like to know that, and there's some forms in the back. If you're here to speak in public comments, please fill out an item and turn it in to me so we can be prepared. And all addresses are limited to 3 minutes, okay? Thank you. I didn't mean to make everybody go quiet. You got 5 minutes. Okay, it's time to get started. I'm going to call this special meeting of the Lawton Water Authority to order. Please call the roll.
Hankins. Harris. Chapman. Burke. Hampton. Fortenbaugh. Johnson. Warren.
Business item number 1, consider approval of the minutes of the Lawton Water Authority special meeting of May 24th, 2022. Motion for approval and a second. Please vote.
There you go.
Okay, motion carries 7-0. Okay, now we're on item number 2. Consider adopting a resolution authorizing increase in water, sewer, refuse, and landfill rates as set forth in Exhibit A of the resolution and establishing an effective date. Joe.
These rates are as we presented throughout the budget session, and it is the rates that we use to build our budget that we passed on the 24th of May. I'd be happy to answer any questions that anybody may have.
Council, we do have a citizen request to speak. Do you have any questions for Joe before? Okay, then we'll ask the Albert Rivas to come up. And anybody else that signed up to speak on this item, please come forward as well. And Albert, we need your address and, well, your address, your name and address. We know your name.
Albert Rivas, 25 Northwest 53rd Street, Lawton, Oklahoma. Thank you, Council and Mayor, for allowing me to speak today on the increase of 15% on utility rates and fees. And I'm here to speak on behalf of quite a few people that have reached out to me through Facebook Messenger and phone calls on just what it means to them to not be able to make ends meet. I know that several of you, like Mary, you've been able to serve meals at First Christian Church in the past. Enrica, you work with a lot of individuals that are living in poverty day to day. Many of you have worked and volunteered at locations where Lawtonians cannot make ends meet. Every dollar counts. Every penny counts. I worked in the financial industry for 17 years, and I saw firsthand what poverty looked like. I lived poverty when I was a child and growing up. I saw where people cannot pay a utility bill as is, and they're trying to figure out how. When people are living in a state of panic or in a state of trying to figure out how they're going to put food on their table for their kids, or if it's grandparents raising their grandkids, it hurts because you want to do everything in your power to help them, right? When we're looking at the poverty rate of Lawton, we're looking at 18.4%. The per capita median in income for Lawton, Oklahoma, and the population that we have is a little over $27,000. I see senior citizens, I see individuals that are on disability or SSI, where their monthly income is $1,200 a month or less. I can't live on $1,200 a month or less. When the average rental payment in Lawton is $810. That's the majority of their SSI and disability check right there, if they don't get assistance. We do have wonderful organizations like C. Carter Crane, Salvation Army, Catholic Charities that assist with rental assistance programs, but not all of them do that. And they have a limitation because of their budget. So I'm asking you on behalf of your citizens, on behalf of your constituents, that live day by day trying to figure out how they're going to make it, to vote no on this increase and figure out a different way. I know it's difficult, but how do we pass a budget and then now we're trying to figure out how to cover that budget? And so that is what my ask of you is on behalf of every person that has reached out to me. Thank you.
Is there anybody else that wants to come forward and speak on this item? Okay, seeing none, I'll turn this to the council. Do you have questions or comments, or would you like to vote?
Mayor,
Yes.
I do have one question. COVID brain, I'm sorry. Are there still stipulations in this budget for the utility fees for senior citizens and those with disabilities?
Yes, ma'am. Those stipulations are still in the rate structure. Those have not been changed.
Okay, and there's different qualifications, I assume, for that also?
There is a financial threshold that they cannot be above to get those. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Are there other questions? Mr. Hampton?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. As many of you know, Ward 5 doesn't have a lot of building going on in Ward 5. And after talking to a lot of my constituents and picking up an area that is a lower economic area, it really troubles me for my constituents in particular, especially the ones that I spoke to. So a lot of them are on fixed incomes, and I just have to make this comment that I don't know if there needs to be reform or something, but I need to actually be a representative of them, and it's going to be difficult for me to support this. Thank you.
Ms. Johnson?
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to make the comment, I think I said this before, that I too have a high population of citizens in my ward as well that are struggling even with the assistance and with the rate breaks and things like that. And even those that are not in that particular position have reached out to me as well and concern for them. So just wanted to make that comment. And I do understand that it costs us and it's increasing, and it's probably going to increase again next year. But I would like us to begin now to look for different ways, different innovative ways to help offset some of this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, council? Do we have a motion?
I make a motion to approve, but in saying that, I think that we have to treat everybody equally, and it pains me to have to do that. But the option is we have to decide what we don't want. And some of the same people that have complained to me, and there hasn't been that many, about not wanting rates to go up are the same ones that told me how wonderful it was that we were crack sealing streets and that we were painting on the streets and everything was looking good and we were getting the grass mowed. And if we don't raise the rates, sadly, that's the option, is we don't do those things. And it will get to the point that we don't do some other things that are simply sanitary issues. I mean, we have to have those funds in order to do the things that the city is directed to do until the state of Oklahoma comes up with a way for us to attach a portion of the ad valorem in order to try to finance operations of municipalities. We're going to continue to be in this situation because all we have is sales tax, which basically is maxed out, and utility bills. That's all we've got, and I don't like it, but it's going to get worse. My fear is that it's going to be worse because I feel like this is the swell of the wave still. The city of Lawton didn't cause the current financial situation where the cost of gas has gone up, the cost of milk has gone up. That didn't happen because of the city of Lawton or anybody on the city council or any of the management of the city of Lawton. For that matter, it didn't really happen because of the representation we have at the state level. This is a federal government problem, right, wrong, or indifferent. Y'all can all fight over whose fault it is, but it all lays at the federal level, and it will get worse before it gets better, I got a feeling, because we talk about 15% increases. We have the things that the city buys, chemicals for water, chemicals, asphalt, gravel, concrete, all those things, they haven't gone up 15%. They've gone up 30%. They've gone up 40%. Some of them have gone up 75%. And so my fear is we haven't even peaked yet as far as a nation. So hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully things will be better next year. But I don't see it happening. And like I said, I will make a motion to approve.
Okay, and we have a motion for approval, and we have a second. Is that correct? Discussion or debate? Please vote. And the motion carries 5-2. Hold on just a minute. Do you want to vote? We need to recess? Yeah, let's recess. Okay, we've got to take a few minutes to look at the rules. The vote is 5-3. Sorry. Okay, and it's a fee schedule with a simple majority, so it does pass. Have a motion for adjournment? Motion for adjournment, is there a second? And a second, please call the roll.
Harris. Chapman. Burke. Hampton. Fortenbaugh. Johnson. Warren. Hankins.
Okay, and we'll have about a 5-minute recess here while we change the technology to broadcast the council meeting.